Want to find out who your true friends are among your Facebook or other social media friends? Here's an idea. Simply post an opinion on any side of a controversial topic and let the comment games begin. You might find now the people who are truly your friends are probably not going to care that you disagree with them about something. The ones who are more fair weather friends, they might delete or even block you. Think of this like the trash is taking itself out, so you don't have to. If you would like a few topic suggestions, here are a few. Any view, one way or the other, on the death penalty, gun rights or gun control, abortion, spanking, sports teams, politics, religion. Everybody out there has some sort of view on most of these, and some of those people have incredibly strong views on some of these things. I myself have strong views about a few of these things, and if you've been watching my channel, you probably have figured out which ones I have strong views on. I will probably have a future video segment where I tell people how to effectively argue any side of any point in their own favor. A service free of charge just for watching the show, even if you disagree with me about something. Moving on. The only Chuck Norris fact that matters to you is that Bruce Lee kicked his ass. You don't usually watch a movie based on who's in the cast, but there are people you'll make an exception for. You have ever worked at a video store when there were actually video stores. You've never seen any of Michael Bay's Transformers movies, but you can quote damn near every line from Pulp Fiction verbatim. In film school, you made student projects that would probably make Quentin Tarantino puke. You've had nightmares where you've said or done something to piss Summer Glau off, and she's coming to your house to kick your ass. You actually have a degree in film and video production or something similar. Your idea of a really good vacation has a film festival involved in it somehow. You actually know that some films that were shot in black and white couldn't have been as good in color. Most of your friends have never heard of your favorite actor or actress. Some of your favorite films ever weren't even shot in your home country. You actually despise versions of films in aspect ratios other than what they were released in. While others have seen depictions on grilled cheese sandwiches of the image of Jesus, you have seen depictions on grilled cheese sandwiches that looked more like Charlie Chaplin. You hate most reality TV with a passion, and probably would not bat an eyelash if a reality TV star was loaded in a rocket and sent to the center of the sun. You actually made a feature-length motion picture using a consumer-grade camcorder. This is your uncut, unscripted moment of Uncensored for this episode. Okay, I get it. Not everyone holds the same views on corporal punishment that I do. I'm against it, by the way. But if you're going to try to debate or argue with me about your side of this controversial topic, you're going to have to come at me with something better than, that's what's wrong with kids these days, they're not getting their asses whooped. People, at least in the US, since 1994, juvenile arrest rates have gone down by 80%. This is verifiable by statistics from the US Department of Justice. If you're going to quote, if you're going to say the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child, well, no it doesn't. A 17th century homoerotic poem called Hudibras by Samuel Butler says spare the rod and spoil the child, at least verbatim. Where you're getting that from, an early King James version of the Judeo-Christian Bible quotes Proverbs 13:24, the Proverbs of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 24, as being translated to, "He who spareth the rod hateth his son." However, very important to note here that if you're using this quote, which is possibly misquoted, and I'll look aside from the fact that his son Rehoboam didn't turn out so great. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's how I heard a pastor pronounce it 12 years ago, who was in one of my movies. But looking aside from that whole thing, if you're going to hide behind one quote in in the Old Testament, where one guy said this, yet failed to realize that Solomon broke the second commandment, no graven images, when he erected a statue of Moloch in his own kingdom, and the seventh possibly by having 300 wives and 700 concubines, you might be a hypocrite, and it might not help if you eat bacon and or cheeseburgers, because the consumption of pork is prohibited in the book of Leviticus, which many of you claim prohibits gay and lesbian relationships as well. So, and mixing of meat and dairy is prohibited in the book of Deuteronomy. So, if you are pro-spanking because of Proverbs 13:24, the level of interpretation of the Judeo-Christian Bible required to accommodate a pro-spanking belief based on that quote alone means that bacon and the consumption of anything involving the mixture of meat and dairy is also against your religion, or you're a hypocrite. This has been your uncut, unscripted moment. Peace. There are a lot of foolproof ways to fuck up your life. And now I will present 5 of these ways. 1. Spank someone else's child. I don't care if that kid's parent is so anti-spanking that they make me look pro-spanking, or if they're the most pro-spanking person on planet Earth. If you spank somebody else's kid, there's a good chance that parent is going to kick your ass or possibly sue you. Number 2, attempt to single-handedly invade North Korea using only a pocket knife. You'll die. Basically, if you do this, you've just brought a knife to a nuclear missile fight. Number 3. Drive 45 miles per hour in the left lane on the Ohio Turnpike. Even if you're in a construction zone, and those are very frequent on the Turnpike, if you do this, you have a good chance of being ass-rammed by somebody at some point. Just don't do it, please. Number 4. Moon the President. Late actor Roy Scheider actually claimed to have done this at one point, but it would probably get you in a lot of trouble now. You might even get shot in the ass, let's be honest. Number 5. Sneak into a nursing home in the middle of the night, dressed as the Grim Reaper, and wake residents up. Don't fucking do that, it's cruel! If you're ever wondering why I'm sometimes clean-shaven and sometimes got a little bit of shadow or scruff going on, sometimes within the same episode of Uncensored, it's because I shoot these clips on different days. Bearing in mind, new episodes are released during the season every 7 to 21 days. And big thing at play here, yeah, on my days off, I usually don't worry about shaving. And if I shoot on a Tuesday or a Thursday or even a Friday afternoon before my paycheck job, or after, during the work week, which in my case is currently Friday through Monday, yeah, you're going to see different clips that were shot at different times. It's just how it is. So, and you'll see me in different shirts or different clothes because I'm not going to wear the same clothes every day and smell like an outhouse just to make it look like everything was all shot at the same time. You've probably figured out by now, even before this clip, that this stuff is all shot on different days. Some of the footage may actually be left over from the old series, Unscripted, Uncut, Uncensored, which there are also still going to be unscripted, uncut moments in the new videos and in the new episodes. I'm just giving myself a lot more creative freedom to incorporate new ideas that just didn't fit into an unscripted and uncut format. So far, 3 episodes in now, it's working, at least for me. And if you like it, that's wonderful. If you don't like it, that's okay. I'm from a free country where you're free to choose your media as you see fit. There are plenty of other people making YouTube videos out there, or web series, and there are other options besides YouTube. There's Netflix, Hulu, and a million others. I just happen to like YouTube because it works better for me. Moving on now. Okay, people. I'm going to be brutally fucking honest about film school for a minute. There are just some things that you will learn more out in the field than will ever appear in a fucking textbook, maybe because somebody didn't think about it, or because they didn't know if it would be useful, or maybe it was just complete fucking oversight. In this fucking installment of Uncensored Film School, I'm going to show you how you can use an ordinary black sock to eliminate wind cut from your external microphone when you hook it up to your camera. By the way, anytime anybody tells you that you don't need to use an external microphone when you're shooting shit, might be full of shit. There are some scenarios where your built-in microphone on your camera or whatever electronic device you're using as a camera will work perfectly fine, but you should have a microphone in your film kit. Just saying. Okay, so you probably noticed if you hear the air conditioner going on in the background or any other ambient noises, this is what it sounds like without the microphone plugged in. I'm just going to make sure it's on real quick. It is on. Here we go. Okay. So now the external microphone is plugged in, and now I'm going to take it out again. This is what it sounds like without. I'm not sure there was much of a difference in this space, actually. So I'm going to take this outside and do a demo. This is actually a perfect day to do a demo of this because it is actually a little windy. You may be able to hear some of the background wind, and you may not. I've actually got the microphone plugged in right now, and I'm going to take it out. This is what it sounds like just relying on the built-in audio. Happy fucking adventures in filmmaking and videography. Grapes will shoot fireballs if microwaved. This kind of makes me want to microwave half a pound of grapes just to see what happens. The most high-tech home computer available when I was born had less computing power than my mobile phone does today. There are videos on YouTube which mash up the song Let It Go from Frozen and juxtapose it with some pretty terrifying images, either from other movies or real life. I would know. I've actually searched for them and found them. There are more germs on your phone than on a toilet seat. There are also more germs on the average steering wheel than on a toilet seat or a phone combined. In Ohio, the maximum speed on any road is 70 miles per hour. But if you actually want to drive that fucking slow, you might want to get ramps and put on the back of your car so people can drive over you. The movie Pulp Fiction used the word fuck 265 times, or slightly more than 2.5 times as often as my 401-page novel Nobody's Property. Yes, that was totally a plug. Most of you would probably not survive 3 days in the zombie apocalypse. Odds are, if somebody tells you something is an acquired taste, you're probably not going to like it at first. Before you go to bed tonight, I dare you, I fucking dare you to do a Google image search on camel spiders. Sweet dreams. This is just going to be a short conspiracy theory of the week. Is your cat plotting to kill you? Well, the first question you should really ask to get the answer to this: do you have a cat? Your answer to that question is the same as the answer to the question of whether your cat is plotting to kill you. If you have a cat, your cat is plotting to kill you. If you don't have a cat, your cat is not plotting to kill you. Till next episode, everybody.